What is up, guys? Wraith here, Grey Bearded Gaming Society. And we have been actively hanging out and slamming our min button and slamming our feign death button every time we can. We have our feign death. Want to make sure that I'm accurate here. We have our feign death all the way up to 76 now. Just from hanging out in the tunnel and flopping. Or, as we have discovered, we don't technically even have to stand back up. At least as far as just for like gaining skill or whatever. We can just flop and just sit here looking all pretty. Wait for it. Wait for it. Almost. There we go. And it's 77. Now the funny thing is, of course, you can mess up your own feign death by feigning death on the floor again, which happens most times at least. But either way, we've made good progress just hammering that button. So we've been hitting that and hitting mend. We have our mend all the way into the 80s. I want to say, well, as soon as we finish zoning here, we will, let's see. Yeah, mend at 86. So, I mean, we're doing pretty good with our skills. We probably need to stop flopping every 5 seconds just to keep us from wasting our so. But like I said, we've been working on our skills. We're trying to make the most of it. We are actually going to put up the looking for group flag. Blarg. And kind of see what happens. We've tested it a handful of times just for no other good reason than just to do it. We helped a lower level player. We were coming into West Common Lands, and the poor dude, he was running for his life from a zombie. And I jumped on the zombie and started beating it up. And I was like, well, stick around. And then right at the end, I feigned death. And he killed it. So, like, I was like, yay, it worked. You know, so basically, I gave him the kill. And, felt cool about myself for a second. Because we did, the first time we used feign death for good. Wasn't even for our own good. It was for somebody else, which was just kind of spiffy. But, yeah, so we're going to make our way back across to the big blue spider. Let's go beat him up real quick. We're going to make our way back over to the oasis. We're going to see if we can get some action going. Or, somewhere else. Like, I don't really, to be honest, I don't really care where at this point. Trying to think of some questing options as well as some places. We might be able to get a little bit more brave in Befallen. Lord! We might be able to get a little bit of brave, like I said, in Befallen. I probably need to not do that because I'm going to hurt myself. Just because, we get to the bottom and if something bad happens, we might be able to shake it off. We shall see. Ooh! We've got a gut group. So, alright. Let's make our way. Let's make our way over to Guk. See what happens. We just got invited to a Guk group. Haven't been there in a minute. We'll head that way. See if we ever finish knocking the spider out, anyway. There we go. Nothing useful there. Of course, that was the chitin we needed forever ago that took us forever and ever to get. Let's check over here. Okay, he's just a zombie. So, okay, and I think there's a named dude who can spawn over here. But anyway, we got invited to Guk. We're going to make our way there. I think it's still the fast way, is just to run this way and go through South Row and then go to the swamp. So we are going to blarg. Stop blarging so we don't waste the rest of our so. We're going to make our way southbound, I guess, right? Ish, whatever. That way. Go. All right, gang, we have arrived. We have a little group here with us. We've got, let's see. Actually, let's just do a who. Yeah, there's actually not that many people here. So we do have a druid healer, got an enchanter, which is already good. And then, well, he's actually outside. So we actually have a warrior. So we've got a pretty pretty well-rounded group here. And cleric warrior. We should be a pretty good crew. So let's see how this goes. Like I said, we're all at the door right now. Don't know what camp we're gonna get to. Let's see what happens. And you know, we'll be putting this skill to the test quite quickly, I think, because everybody knows how lower. I'm about to say lower. I wish lower. Upper Guck can be. All right, gang. We have got the rest of the crew together, and we have settled in at the Scryer camp. Even though when we first got here, somebody ran through and pulled it. Like the Scryer was up, some dude ran through and pulled him, so we didn't get first crack at him. But I've been pulling the other stuff from the room and trying to remember. It has been so very long since I pulled in this area that chances are really high, that I'm going to kill us all. We'll have to see how this is going to go, because yeah, that's the guy who's just killing off everything, so there's not much I'm going to do against that. But either way, we'll check in randomly and see how I'm doing. Hopefully I'm not getting us assassinated too quickly. But let me tell the group what's going on, because I'm not going to be able to compete with that big monk, I don't think. Well, guys, it's give and take. It's a little bit of give and take. We got here, on the way here, we actually got passed by a sizable monk who knows exactly what he's doing. And unfortunately for us, like, we managed to get this area. We're in the Scryer area. We actually just got a Scryer pop, but we have almost been chilling since the last spawn cycle, because the big guy is below us, pulling everything, and power leveling a friend. So we really haven't done a whole lot. We actually just now got back to being able to beat up frogs, so it's, yep. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't think it's going to last all that long. I think some of these folks got to boogie out here pretty soon. At least I've been able to pull some stuff. If it's been alive, I've even been pulling spiders down here just to keep the action going. Just so we've got, you know, something going on. But it's been pretty slow, not gonna lie. And there's supposed to be somebody else on his way, but I don't think they're going to make it. But in the interim, looks like we've managed to keep the Scryer area neat and tidy, to say the least. So, but yeah, we'll check it again here in a few minutes, see how it goes. But it's you know, if I can't get any pulling from down below, it's not going to be that great. So the plot partially thickens on us, gang. We're actually rolling decently along. The monk who was power leveling his friend in the pillar room underneath us, I mean, he wasn't a bad guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, he was not a bad dude. You know, technically speaking, they raced us down there. He's level 40. He has no problem plowing through the stuff, and he would, you know, I'd actually kind of forgotten about the old kind of monk skill where, you know, he'd beat the bejesus out of it, then he would just feign death, lose all aggro, and his buddy would just, you know, poke, and kill it. But unfortunately, that really put our pulling to really just in this room and right up the stairs, which kind of sucked, because basically we just get burstable experience, but it is, you know, the respawn in here is pretty slow. But so they finally leveled enough where he's comfortable moving his friend a little deeper down in the upper guck, so they're doing that. And go figure, by the time that happens, we finally like, all right, we can start pulling the pillar room. Our cleric had to log. So I mean, I'm trying to figure too. I thought we have an enchanter, but she didn't mess the ad for some reason. Any hoozle. So the druid is pulling heal duty. That's fine, but I think we're going to probably run her out of mana before pulling the other room. Really kind of matters. We should see how it goes. I'm gonna go nice and slow through this next series of pulls. See what we do. I'll have to check mana. Probably every time, I think. Let us see. This might suck. Think tons of fun just got him. Yep. So I will assist him. I made my little assist button. Oh no! Oh no! That could be a really big problem. I don't know if we have. I mean, maybe the druid. Anyhoozle. Get distracted. I'm not going to be feigning death on anything if I'm constantly taken away with disease. Well, I tried. I tried. We'll see what happens. Because, yeah, the healer's kind of low on mana. Oh, ow, that hurt. Mend. Thankfully, Mend worked, even though I think he's about to, re-disease me. But either way, like I said, things are moving along. We've, we're half-ish way, through the level. And that is no fair. He swapped targets on me. Anyway, we'll check back in here in just a little bit and see how the action is going along. See how much longer we can hold on. But either way, like I said, it's been a fun adventure. We've been able to pull a little bit, get a little bit of experience. Unfortunately, we probably have to work on our bag situation. Just so I can carry more loot, especially in here, because we might actually make a little bit of cash. We'll see how it goes. But stick around. We'll have at least one more solid update at least, and then we'll check in, kind of see how things are going. Feign death just saved our bacon. There is a pile of frogs behind me. That almost sucked really bad, guys. Mend failed, but feign death did not. Huh. Alrighty then. So let's go back to the group, get healed up, and try this again, shall we? Alright, we've got a clean split that time. So I actually did monkey stuff. That time. Alright. It didn't die. So, feign death for the win. We got feign death. We got brave. We're down here. We're pulling upper guck. We're trying to anyway. Trying not to croak. No pun intended. And actually at the same time, kind of hoping for a couple of the mesh pieces, to be honest with you. That should be upgrades over some of the cloth that we're still wearing. So, one decent pull there. I think the next one is going to be a guaranteed double, I believe. I don't think there's any way to... There's this entry. So that's the little guy I got to keep my eye on, because he keeps getting like this little halfway spot and aggroing everything else in the room. But that one went good. Fortunately, this entry's not very big, but either way, it's a pull. If we can break the room, all the more the merrier. So here we go. So we're going to work on this for a little while longer and hope I don't have to quickly hit a button because I'm getting smushed. Well, we shall see. Well, monkey pulling adventures. Here we go. Let's get down here again. Now that I know the left side of the room is relatively safe-ish. because I think the spot back here is actually a safe spot. I think right back here, yeah. So let's catch the, where's the roamer? There's the roamer. Should be able to get just the roamer. Ow. All right, there we go. Like I said, there's monkey business. Pulling at a time. We haven't pulled this spot in so very, very long. And learning the pull spot all over again. But that's part of being a monk, right? You got to learn the pulls. You learn how things go. Learn the cycles. And then remember the timing to know where to pull from next time. So we're gonna keep going for as long as hopefully as long as the group holds together. So we'll check back in here hopefully in a few more minutes with another update. And maybe if we're super lucky, maybe a couple pieces of magic armor updates. We'll see how it goes. Alright gang, well that just about puts a stopper on tonight's adventures. We got dangerously close to level. We were so close. But folks, it's getting late, people getting tired. Of course, one of the other things is we got a couple pieces of loot. We actually did upgrade our cloth shoulders to a woven mantle. We were hoping actually for a you know, like the woven gloves, maybe the woven shoes. We haven't seen those yet. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll pop up at some point. But we definitely need to do at least a little something about our bag situation here. We really can't carry much of anything. So that's going to cause us some problems when we actually get in areas where we can kind of loot stuff like we're now. Because, I mean, this stuff's not worth a fortune, but it's worth something. And any money is better than just being broke all the time. So, and I probably shouldn't have even destroyed that eyeball. I should have just tried to see what I get for it. But if we're going to, you know, fund these bandages and these throwing stars, we better come up with something. But like I said, all in all, it was a good night. We might actually just, you know, I think we're going to go ahead and camp out here. We'll see if we can't get a maybe a group towards this side. And if nothing else works next time, we'll just run back across the Oasis. Hope to look in the group flag there. Basically, we'll see what we get into next adventure time. But I think, like I said, it was a good session. So we were down there for quite a while. Kind of slow to get going because of the other group. But, you know, once things opened up, we made the best of it for as small as the group was. We feigned death, saved my bacon. Totally saved my bacon because that pool was awful. But thankfully, we managed to survive that. What else? A couple of skill ups here and there. So our feigned death is now 85. Our mend is now 89. So a little bit more reliable there. Mend never backfired on us tonight, which was clutch a couple of times. And of course, feigned death, which was super clutch. So all in all, a very good night. But hey, as always, guys, if you like what we're doing, hey, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe down below. We do love to hear from everybody. Hoping for more adventures in the future. But again, it is getting kind of late. We pushed this one probably a little later than we should have. So until next time, guys, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest, and I'll catch you around. Night, guys.